The National Youth Development Agency, in partnership with the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, will today launch the 2023 National Youth Month campaign in Soweto. To tell us more about this campaign, we are now joined by the National Youth Development Agency's Executive Chairperson, Asanda Luwaca. Asanda, good morning and thank you so much for making time for us. I guess a happy Youth Month to you as we enter Youth Month, but also what's the theme for this year?
Thank you, Alvin, and good morning to your viewers. So, as you've correctly alluded, we will be commemorating Youth Month today. We're officially kicking it off under the theme, Accelerating Collaborations and Opportunities to Transform the Lives of Youth.
Mm-hmm. What exactly is it that you're trying to achieve with this theme, and where are some of the lapses when it comes to collaboration?
Yeah. So what we want to do this year is really get to a point where young people are able to walk away with tangible opportunities. We want to do away with, how things were done in the past, your rallies and the likes, and really want, young people to have, like I said, the tangible opportunities. So we've got multiple programs as part of a build-up to the National Youth Day, which will be commemorated on the 16th of June in Bloemfontein, ranging from your career expos. We'll be providing, opportunity corners. We'll be showcasing youth enterprises, and really, we want to expose, the multiple opportunities that exist for young people that the agency has to offer, but then also what government can do in collaboration or is doing in collaboration with agencies such as the NYDA.
Mm-hmm. What about some of the successes that the NYDA has achieved? And I have to say that there are successes that are there, but I find that the NYDA is perhaps struggling to communicate those successes, and what tends to overshadow is some of the scandals that are related to the NYDA.
Yeah, no, I think that's correct. And, which is precisely why, as the board, when we came into office, we were really deliberate about ensuring that, we work tirelessly to change that perception that exists, whether true or not, but ours was to really get to a point where we change the perception. And that really involved us, changing, the customer service experience that young people have. And two, being an agency that is accessible to all youth. So through our various initiatives and outreach programs, we've been able to go to, the most rural of communities. We're able to have outreach programs. We want to be an agency that is accessible, that is transparent, and some of the successes that we are priding ourselves in is we want an agency that is able to celebrate good governance. Right. So we have been able to have 9 consecutive clean audits over the years. We've been able to increase our foothold. We've been able to expand our branches. We've been able to increase, even some of our partnerships with the various stakeholders, such as your CETAs. Going forward, we want to ensure that we increase our funding so that more youth are able to have access to the opportunities that are presented by the agency. And two, being able to leverage on private partnerships, because we're also alive to the fact that private partners play a critical role in our success. So we are deliberate in targeting your JSE listed companies. We've already started the work with the lobbying, and we're quite excited. Some of those companies are forthcoming insofar as, being able to work with the agency. So it's really an indicative of, the role that not just the agency can play, but a collaboration with the various partners so that we're able to expand and increase our foothold as an agency.
Yep. And when it comes to that funding, are you also looking into businesses that are actually scalable and businesses that would be able to employ more people? Because it doesn't assist to invest money into a business and that business can only employ 1 or 2 people, although that does make a difference, but the business itself is not scalable.
Definitely. What we do as part of our product offerings is, in as much as, we do provide the financial support, but that is also coupled with the non-financial aspect of it. Because, as you probably would know, data indicates that most small enterprises fail within the first year of starting up, right? So where we come in is we're able to assist those businesses with enterprise development. We assist them with mentorship programs. We link them with relevant mentors. We provide them with business management training, so that they're able to have a holistic experience of our product offerings. And what you've raising insofar as upscaling those businesses is that we're not just targeting small startups, but we also do what is called a market linkage. So, for instance, you'll find a business, a young person that says, I would like to expand my business from one branch to 5, across the country. We're able to link them with the relevant DFIs, development financing institutions. We've got our sister departments that we work quite closely with, your Department of Small Business Development through your SEDA and CIFA. We've got your, like I said, your DFIs, so that they're able to expand and ultimately speak to what you're saying, as opposed to employing 1 or 2, they get to a point where they're employing 50, 100, 200, and, but we're able then to provide that necessary linkage so that they're able to improve their business.
And a final one is from a policy perspective, and now speaking about the tax obligation on businesses. We've seen that some countries, for instance, on the continent, exploring the idea of exempting new startups from paying tax up until a certain period, let's say for 5 or 10 years, and only after the 10 years of being in business is then obligation on those companies to actually pay tax. Is this something that the NYDA is exploring at all?
So as part of our mandate, it would be to ensure that we lobby the relevant decision makers so that ultimately we do away with the unnecessary red tapes. One of the lobbyings that we've been able to do was in respect to the public procurement bill that was in Parliament last year. We made a submission and one of those was to ensure that, where there is a procurement process, that we legislate the 30% set aside for youth, for women, for persons with disabilities. So that's the one aspect, just, from the top of my head. But definitely, the issues of tax exemption is something that we are continuously engaging policymakers, so that, if there's a point where the necessary legislation is brought to Parliament, then as the agency will definitely be participating in that and making our submission so that we do away with the unnecessary red tape and the stringent compliance that makes it difficult for a young-owned business to flourish.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. That is Asanda Luwaca, who is the NYDA's executive chairperson. Thank you so much for that conversation. And of course, this is as we start marking Youth Month, which starts today.